Hello everyone, I have been requested to do a second video on what to do during this lockdown as a preschool teacher, but maybe also as a principal to make sure that the parents stay connected and they do not cancel their contracts. There are different reasons why parents would cancel a contract that I can see. Like in Austria, we have this model that the government supports preschools, which run as associations mostly, non-for-profit, with some support money per child. But if the parents cancel the contract, they don't get this money. So that is really some big problem if parents decide till next start of the year, which is in September, from March till September, to cancel the contract, and 20 or 30% of the parents do that, then for a preschool it can really be hard to sustain the cost, to sustain the teachers. The second reason that I see is that maybe a preschool just is a startup. They just started, or the second is also that they might increase in size and they just started a new project where they put the money in, so they don't have really savings. The third point I see, which is not very common here in Austria, but if there's a franchise system behind, or if it's a huge company where the investors, that the investors simply take out all of the money, and so there is no money really left, no savings there. So that is why they struggle. So for all of this, from the viewpoint of the preschool owners, I think you have to see that you make a model where you can have savings. You can have at least 3 to 6 months saving for the future, and then when you have 3 to 6 months, always see that you go up to 12 months. So 1 year saving would be something for a healthy company to really have. But today I would like to give you some ideas what you really can do during this time to try to keep the parents tight, to keep them with you, and to keep them engaged. So I have some of the ideas with me here. So one idea I'd like to give you is create a play material database. So that is one thing that I highly recommend. So put together a database, means an Excel sheet or something where you write important materials, sequence them, sensory play materials, movement play materials, and all of this according to the age groups. You send it to the parents. Don't send a parent who has a toddler age 2.5 something that is for 3.5 or 4.5. That doesn't make sense. Parents are not interested. Always address them individually. Doesn't matter if you have 20 parents or 1,000 parents. That's something that you have to do at the present moment. Make them feel appreciated, make them really feel that you care for them. They don't care if you care for the other 900. They want to be cared on their needs. So that is what they want. The second is on YouTube. When you have a YouTube channel, you can create playlists. So create playlists with songs that you would recommend to the parents to sing with the children, which have maybe something with the present topic that you are sending them, some information with emotion, how to deal with emotion, all of that. That is something I highly recommend. We also do this in our TLI parenting YouTube channel of TLI Parenting of the 21st Century, where we started the playlists where parents just can go there and look it up. So the third that I would recommend is give step-by-step instructions on some interesting plays. So don't give them long things, just give them short instructions. 1, do this, 2nd, do this, 3rd, do this, and always add on the bottom what will be developed. What is the thing that children will develop by the parents doing this with them, this kind of handcraft or whatever you have them do. The next step that I would recommend you to do is, if possible, in most of the lockdown areas, you have delivery services. So maybe you think about from your play school, if you have very good play material, why not create a kind of a delivery process that you send certain toys and games to parents, where you know, okay, this could be for the child really now interesting. You know, Amazon is not delivering all of that. It's kind of, you don't gift it to them, you borrow it to them, so they can borrow it and they have to give it back, and you can circulate it. That's surely something, depending on how big you are and how much you have the administration still active during this time, because they take some time, but they get something for the money which you want them to give. Another thing, pick up the phone. You should be constantly in touch. The preschool teacher should be constantly in touch with the parents. How are you? What are you doing? How is the child by name. What is he doing? Are there any circumstances, any challenges you face as a parent? Can we help you out with something? Can we give you some hints? Call, stay connected, give them the feeling of I am here for you. Really do service to the parents. That's what they need at the present moment. Then you can create an automated email system where you have you can put in the emails one time, first this, second you want to send the parents this, third this, fourth this, fifth this, depending on where you are. Like in Europe, we have a data protection law. So what you would do is you would send an email to the parents, say, hey, you're belonging to our school. If you don't have the allowance to just send them something, you ask them, are we allowed to do this? Are you interested? Please join in our email newsletter system. If you're in a country where that is not yet a rule, or if you have already the signed papers, just start doing it. See that every third day you give them some tips, some hint, forward them some videos, and you can start automating the system according to age. Do it for the children 2.5, 3.5, 3.5, 4.5, 4.5, 5.5, and 6 kg up. School is another topic. I don't want to go into that at the present moment. And give them also something, some small things they cannot do, atomize it, and that's something for the future. As soon as you have an automated email system, you can send it over again. So we also do that. And if someone is interested, please simply join in. But I really recommend you do it for your school. You have your teachers, you have lots of programs from the past, you know what to do and how to do. Then create a countdown. I also would recommend you that you create a countdown when coming back, a coming back countdown, coming back soon. Even if you don't know by the government when you will reopen, I still recommend you create a date. Doesn't matter if you can keep it or not, but you say, okay, 1st August, that's the date we're focusing on. You create a countdown. Okay, it's so many days we are away from reopening, so many days we are away from reopening. Admissions open for this date, because you might lose some parents, so better you go and start your admission or some kind of a listing. They can list themselves to come and be a part of that. So I would highly recommend you doing that, and you really create some content for the parents. You can also create some content for parents who may not be your customers yet. Maybe it attracts them to you. As soon as you are reopening, you can take them. Just take a time period, like we did this in our academy for the teachers training. We just said, okay, September is our time to open. Yes, Austria reopened already. Yes, we are giving some workshops, but we planned our finances, everything till September. Everything is focused here in Austria, Vienna, to start again completely in September. We are doing the marketing, everything for September, and we really thankfully we had the savings and all of that, so we took care for our company, we took care for our people, and now it's really that we can go through this time and then come in again strongly. That's important. Come strong back. Countdown. And now if you don't have that, it's really time you create a 1-year emergency plan. This is what I mean by number 1, telling you start savings. It's really important, but also for emergency plans, you need to set it up to such a way that you think, what if? A business always has to think, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? What if that happens? I, for example, heard last year in Delhi, because of the heat, because it was so hot, schools didn't reopen to the normal time. They just some of the schools extended their holidays. So there can always be something. There can be natural disasters. There can be some influences economically. There can be something that you have to do maintenance work on the school because something happens that you didn't plan. You have to have an emergency plan. And if you did not have it in place for this time, now it's time to really create this and to think through certain things and do that, because that will be what keeps you going on the long run. Such a pandemic situation should not cause you to have to shut down the company or lose all of the people around. Think about how you can also build up a structure around you that makes you more interesting for parents, not just for dropping their children, but also for other purposes, for consulting, for whatever you can think about. think how to create a good model so that you can sustain it. Maybe you also have to create a kind of a crowdfunding system, whatever, yeah, for the future. There's so many ideas depending on what country you're in, but that is more for the preschool owners to think about. So I gave you here some ideas for the teachers. I gave you some for the owners. So this is a kind of a general information, and I very much hope you can do what is needed. All the best.